Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Garrett, and today I'm bringing you guys the top 5 designs of the week number 46. And first things first, I hope you guys are enjoying your President's Day off of school. But I do want to apologize, this came out a couple days late. I was planning on doing this actually yesterday, but I have a really bad stomach issue and chest pains, so I really couldn't get up out of my bed and do everything. However, it's better late than never, so let's get right into it. So the 5th place we have, I'm gonna say his name's Sample, but I'm 100% that's not how you pronounce it. I give him an 8.6 out of 10 on this kind of cool, dark, minimalistic style, and I do want to, congratulate him on doing something a lot different than every artist. A lot of them just try to keep it clean and do their own thing, but everyone, does something different. I do enjoy how you're making this whole entire kind of dark, some theme on top of this. I do want to say that you should have added something else on the right hand side and the left hand side. Of course, it's just a little bit negative and it's just a little bit, blank for my kind of taste. But the text on the right hand side just needs a little bit of work, but everything else looks really sick. I like how you kept the whole entire, black and white theme, the whole entire dark scheme throughout everything, whether it be the skull and the butterfly, the streetwear guy wearing the hood, stuff like that. So overall, man, the font choice is really good. For everything else, I would just worry about all that text placement right there. I just feel like it looks a little bit weird. But nonetheless, man, you did an insane job with your shadows and your lighting and everything like that. So good job on this one, and thank you for submitting. So the 4th place we have Motortion. I'm gonna try to pronounce his names the best I can. I gave him a 9.3 out of 10 on this header for Travi. And really quickly, I do want to say this is a really insane header. I thought this is actually one of the most clean ones that have been submitted lately. And it has a very cool kind of style to it, and it's a very popular, and it's a very eye-catching style. So everything is done extremely well. The glowing on the text, the glowing on the pineapple, and everything like that. The sparks, everything else is just really nice. I do want to say though, for creating that kind of depth feel with the right hand side and left hand side, you use the same pineapple and kind of just blurred it. And once you blurred it, you lost, quality. I feel like a lot of things got sharpened and the pixelation just came up. You can see on the edges that everything is kind of rigid. And same thing with the pineapple logo. Maybe it's because you enlarged it when it wasn't supposed to be that big, but something just looks a little bit off. I think that it's just the whole entire quality itself of it. But nonetheless, man, you still did an insane job. The sponsor logos and then the social media on the left hand side, everything was just placed really nicely. So I do want to say you did an insane job with this, and you got yourself a 9.3 and a 4th place. So the 3rd spot we have Raider FX, who did a header for Entice, and he gave him a 9.6 out of 10. And this is kind of a cool coming up style that a lot of people have been doing. So I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I do think that you should start using different colors in one solid tone color. It looks really nicely, but adding different tones looks really cool, whether it be green and blue or green and red, contrasting colors or colors that work together. But the links on the right hand side and left hand side were done nicely. I like how all the fonts match, and everything else just looks really sick. Just a few things is just using so much green and having so much contrast and exposure just took away from it a little bit. Maybe toning that down and the RGB split just a little bit could have made it a little bit better. But nonetheless, man, he still did an insane job, and a 3rd place and a 9.6 is insane. So coming up in the 2nd spot, we have Tanao Arts. I gave him a 9.7 out of 10 on this manipulation header, and I haven't been seeing these at all around in this community. This kind of was like a fad that came and went, and I'm sure these will come back sooner or later. But this is kind of a cool tornado theme, and the reason why I liked it so much is because it goes throughout the whole entire piece. He didn't just do the logo kind of all grassy and all falling apart. He did the surroundings, the house, the leaves, everything had that kind of depth feel. The lighting and everything else looked really nicely. And I do want to say that everything itself was just really nicely placed. I just think that quality wise, you could have maybe used different stocks. A lot of things look a little bit blurry, and then adding that Sam text on the right hand side was just a little bit weird, whether it be your signature or for the L7 member. But overall, man, I thought that this was done really nicely. Just make sure that some things just aren't so blurred. Like the stop sign looks really blurred out and motion blurred, and the clouds in the background just look a little bit, the quality, I think it's just the way you use the stocks maybe, or maybe you blurred it too much. I think the quality could have been a little bit better. But other than that, you did an insane job. This is a dope style, and manipulation headers are actually really awesome. So you got yourself a 9.7 and a 2nd place. So the 1st place, we have our first digital painter submitting their work like this, and a lot of people kind of submit headers and social media stuff, but this is definitely the first portrait style. So I'll give you 10 out of 10 on this one for Momshi. I looked your Twitter username up and I couldn't really find anything, but that's the one that they submitted in the link. But overall, this whole entire style really reminds me of this kind of Bioshock theme. If you guys have ever played Bioshock Infinite, you'd really recognize the one all to the left. I just feel like the style itself is really nice. It's not like super clean, and it's not super realistic. It has that kind of loose feel and a really cool painter's touch to it, and it's definitely a style that you should stick with. Everything looks really nice, the proportions, the contrast you have in lighting, it's just really nicely, and I do like how you make the eyes a lot more bright and a lot more popping than everything else. So you're doing a really good job with all of your work. I looked through your portfolio and everything else is just really nicely. So keep doing what you're doing. Work on more full body pictures, because I do like the Superwoman one. But nonetheless, everything else was done really nicely. So that's going to be it for this week's top 5. I'm sorry that this came out a little bit late, but overall, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. The link will be in the description down below to submit your portfolio. And other than that, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.